Welcome to Mac Voices. This is the Talk of the Mac Community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. We're still at WWDC in San Francisco talking to some developers about the show and about what they do, and this time I have the chance to sit down with Alena of Vito Technology to talk about Star Walk, Solar Walk, and Geo Walk.
Geo Walk, yeah,
great.
That's right.
Alena, it's great to have you. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
I know you don't have anything else to do except stop by and talk to us.
Oh, yeah.
So take us through your applications. I think Star Walk may be the most notable one, the one that most people know.
It is. We just checked the stats a few minutes ago, and we saw that we have about 5 million users currently. So
wow.
Yay for us.
Yeah, congratulations.
So Star Walk, for those of you who don't know, it's a handy astronomy guide that shows you the star map interactively as you flip your iPhone or iPad towards the sky, and it will tell you all the information you need about the stars, what constellations you are looking at, and stuff like that. It's also good for astronomers and astronomy teachers. We get a lot of feedback on how it enhances the experience in an educational environment in the astronomy classroom. So that's Star Walk. Then Solar Walk is a 3D solar system. Well, basically, it's just the stuff they used to explain with cups and round objects is now done pretty well visually on an iPad, especially the new iPad. Geo Walk is the third of our apps. It's kind of an encyclopedia, but then it's not meant to be the most comprehensive one. It's just our very subjective selection of the most interesting facts around the globe, and we put it on an interactive model of the globe, and you can spin it around, and just it's fun to discover stuff about countries you've never been to, or just interesting facts around the Earth.
Well, let's go back to Solar Walk for a minute. To Star Walk for a minute, because that's the one, I think, it was one of those applications that just people come to understand the power of the iPad, because you put it up to the sky and you know then what you're looking at, as opposed to when I was a kid trying to look down and say, okay, that star is where here, and by the time I figured it out, the star had moved or something. And it really does enhance the experience, I think, for people that are interested in astronomy, or just for kids that are interested in learning about the world around them.
It's true. Actually, Apple used to have it pre-installed on their iPads in the stores, to help sell iPads, which is a huge source of glory for us, obviously.
Yeah. And Solar Walk, now talk a little bit about that. You say it's a solar system model, but you're right, it's got to be a lot better than anything, pre-iPad, because it's a lot more visceral. You can touch things a lot easier.
Yeah, and we try to get it as magnificent as we possibly can, because space it's so exciting. It's just when you see, especially on the latest on the screen of the latest iPad, and the latest editions that we are showing today, Solar Walk, I think, is going to be the most beautiful app about the 3D solar system.
And Geo Walk, now I thought it was interesting you say not comprehensive, but the most interesting facts or interesting things. What kind of interesting things?
Well, again, just earlier today, as we were looking over our apps, I was looking at Geo Walk, and for instance, there was this image of what we have is it's a small image, and then you get a small blimp of information about it, and it's stuff like most freaky animals or interesting plants, and some kind of desert fox or something.
So it's not let's see, it's not political, it's not necessarily landscape things, it's more,
it's not political, it's more kind of the earth and the things around it. But then we also have famous historical personalities and famous buildings, Stonehenge, and stuff like that. We have recently added, and this is not available yet, but it's coming soon, a time machine to Geo Walk, and that is you can go back as far as I think it's 250 million years back, and then 600 million years forward, you can go back in time and forward in time and see what the continents looked like back then, and what dinosaurs inhabited the Earth, for example, and their location. And
Wow.
yeah, and obviously we do not know what will be on the Earth in the future, especially that far back. But actually, geologists do have the maps of how the continents will move in further millennia.
So I can go back several 100,000 years. The continents would be where they were.
Yes.
It would be populated with whatever dinosaurs or whatever was
Right.
there at
You
that
will
time.
you will
That's
not have Shakespeare there, but you will have Triceratops, for example. Triceratops. I'm not sure.
That's a wonderful way of looking, I guess, with roots in astronomy and the sense of time that you get when you're an astronomer. That's a wonderful way of looking at our own planet from a unique perspective.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Do you all consider yourself primarily science people, and folks, I should tell you that Alena has two coworkers who were too chicken to appear on camera, so they're heckling her from this side and telling her what to say. But do you all consider yourselves astronomers or scientists or just educators?
Actually, we're just. I guess we're just enthusiasts, because the guys, or the programmers are the developers. Besides actually development, what they do is we have a mathematician with a PhD, and then we have a professional musician. Actually, I think two of those. We have a dancer. So yeah, it's just a bunch of artistic people with interest in new technology who strive to create new things that can help people appreciate the things around them. If that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it does, and it's always interesting to see the background, I think, of people who create some of these apps. They don't have the backgrounds you would think at all. You describe yourselves as enthusiasts, but then you call out the more artistic side, and yet you're creating things that are going to be used to a large degree in science classes and to teach science. So I think that is a very interesting perspective, and it also allows you to think maybe like a non-scientist and make it appealing the way you're doing.
Well, yeah, that's exactly the point. The most amazing things on the Earth are, they're right there, and you don't have to be a scientist to appreciate them. You just need a little help to know what's where. And this is with the iPhone and the iPad now, it's extremely easy to do.
Yeah, these are not the kind of things that would lend themselves nearly as well to the Mac or any other desktop platform.
Actually, we do have Solar Walk on desktop on the Mac.
On this, Solar Walk is okay.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well among the other desktop apps, but much worse than comparing to the mobile version. But that's I guess it's a general tendency for the desktop apps, and so we're not worried.
Now, since you teased us with the new features of Geo Walk, do you have any idea how soon that will be out?
This will be the middle of July, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay.
And the same for the new versions of Star Walk and Solar Walk. I think they're going to be all in a bunch coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are all these features built into the app, or are they in-app purchases? Or
They are built into the app, and all of our updates are available for free for those who purchase the app.
Great. For the folks who want to go, I'll have links in the show notes directly to the apps, of course, but for the folks who want to go straight to your website and learn more about everything, the website is?
The website is vitotechnology.com.
Great. Yeah. Alena, thanks so much for the time. We really
Thank you
appreciate
for
it. It's been
having
fun.
me. It's been fun. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and you two should have been over here too. Folks, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is Mac Voices at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference. More soon. Thanks for watching. Mac Voices TV is part of the Mac Voices Group and a member of Mac Level 10.